It's been a very long journey. It's almost taken us a year to get to this stage. A year ago we bought the section and we got MOA architects to design a house. They weren't Passive House certified architect, but in that journey they did the course, they passed it with flying colours and are now officially allowed to design a certified Passive House. Passive House is a almost energy neutral house. It focuses mainly on making sure that the house is allowed to use a certain amount of energy per year. It's always warm inside, it's 20 degrees inside, there's no drafts, it never overheats, and it's basically a pleasant climate to live in. It will be electricity based for our heating source. Our hot water use, this is gas. And again there we had to choose an extremely high efficient gas boiler, which means that all the energy that would come out of the gas would be used for the hot water and nothing would be wasted.
Laundry we'll just wash with a washing machine. We won't have a dryer as they're very energy not efficient. So we'll just put the washing outside, but we could leave it inside. Our whole house is basically a drying cupboard now.
Yep. And that's mainly because the ventilation system takes out all the warm humid air and heats up the colder outside air, which will mean that the inside of the air will be nice, warm and
dry.
Yep.
So our clothes can dry.
So our clothes can dry. Exactly right.
Our flooring inside downstairs is all concrete, so when the winter sun comes in, it heats up the concrete and during the day it will release its warmth. Upstairs the floors are just timber because we've got a ventilation system which transfers all the air throughout the house. It will be a very nice comfortable temperature upstairs as well. With a Passive House there's many parameters that feed into the end result being how much energy you consume to keep the house with a nice temperature. So those things are, for example, the appliances that you use, they create heat. How many people live in the house because they generate heat. But also the local climate. So think of our house in Waitatuna, which is close to Raglan, will look very different from a house that is built in the South Island or Canada, where it's much colder. So the Passive House will look very different. In a way, it's much easier in New Zealand to build a Passive House than anywhere else in the world, or when it's in colder climates, because New Zealand has a mild climate and you wouldn't need that much insulation. So our walls will be 30 centimeters thick, while the walls in Passive House in Canada will be...
They might be 50 to 60 centimeters thick.
Double in size.
Yep. Another thing is that the Passive House focuses on a true family house. So they would, in our case, focus on a four-person house, where people would all use a computer. They would all use the washing machine, the shower. So they base it on a full family house, and that in turn gives you a total energy use for the house.
Our house is based on a four-person home, and so there's some room for expansion because it's just us, but expansion is on the way. I'm due in October, so our house will be finished in December, hopefully. So we can move in with our little baby who will generate a lot of heat.